Okay, what's going on? I know that. Uh oh. Hey, there we go. What's going on, guys? I wanted to make just. This is like a follow up video. This is like some previous recording for the test strategy that I showed on one of my live streams a few times ago. And there's 9 minutes of this, but I just want to come in and briefly talk about what's all going on here. So one of the things that I want to say is while I am, making mistakes in the background, I'm just kind of sitting here reviewing it. But I wanted to talk about this ORB strategy that I have. You can kind of see across the top if I swing this over up here near where the dark bar is once this goes away. You can see that it says SSRN ORB strategy, the 1002 Google Doc, and then the untitled doc above it. Those are all either resources, notes that I've taken on the resource, like highlights and quick edit or quick notes, and then you will finally see the actual outline of the strategy, all in their respective orders. And one of the things with this strategy specifically is I do have, you can see the current return. It's at 12.64 number there, near the top of the page. So right in this general area, if you're looking at my big mouse, we have those sitting there. And that's one of the highlight points I wanted to talk about in this video, because when you get to the end, when I got to the end of doing this test, I noticed that the return actually wasn't bad. I think I simulated a $1,000 account, so give or take, that's 30% of my account usage, $300 out of 1,000. Quick math just to make sure I'm right here. I'm doing this on my phone calculator. Divided by 300. 300 divided by 1,000. Flip it around, 0.3. So 30%. So on 30% of my usage, give or take per trade, probably 40% is a more fair number. 40% usage, utilization on my account. I think at the end of it, I brought something back around $54 in returns. It's not bad. $54 out of 1,000 is like 0.54% or 5.4%, something like that. It would be quick math again. Yeah, so it'd be 5.4%. So that's, 5% return on capital, which, hey, in a month is not bad at all, really. By my standard, it's not bad at all. So I wanted to sort of point that out, bring that to attention, and then highlight some other factors I think were important to note whenever it comes to this strategy. So, you can see the background video going on, and it sort of looks like a bunch of mumbo jumbo, but I really tried to follow it according to my strategy and the strategy outline. And that's one of the things that I can probably bring up here in a minute. And I can actually show, let's see where this is going to bring me. There we go. Make sure I don't pull up my YouTube videos that I had going on over here. And if I go over to the ORB procedure, I'll drag this out here because I'll be real with you guys really quick. On the video itself, the background video, it's literally just me filling in the trades. So there's not a whole lot to miss right now. So I'm gonna bring this over here. And if we jump down to strategy outline, I have all of this listed out. I wouldn't say I have it fleshed out. It's not a very complicated strategy, first and foremost, which is really nice. I have seemed to narrow it down to some pretty simple entry positions, exit positions, soft and hard stops. I have, I figure the risk as I'm entering the trade. I have my profit target set out right after I put in the risk per trade. So, I'm highlighting all of the important factors I think are important going going into the trade. It's effectively before I'm placing the trade. So that's really nice. We can see here, I can let it play for a second because I have the time. But we can see on my screen that I have it green, long. This is my stop price, I think. And then this is my open price or my entry price. You have my profit target there. You have my risk there. We have the closing price, profit or loss. Then I had these two random columns. These are just interesting. Whenever I saw them, I would write them down. But this is the low for the day, or as on Thinkorswim, what happens is they will mark new lows and new highs, and they just kind of throw a little text box up there, and they say new low, new high. And so, if it was on my chart that day, then I would have notated it here in these two columns, low and high respectively. And this was my target profit price. And that's one of those things I didn't think of until I got, near the end of doing all of this. About, 8:15 is where I was at there, and I had it. So I backtracked and figured it all for my trades, all of them. So that was nice, but it wasn't something that I thought about until a little bit later on. Anyways, you can see that from the Excel sheet, I think it's pretty simple actually. Once you understand the premise of the trade, and I think that this lines out the premise of the trade fairly well. So based off of the first two candles of the day on a 5-minute time frame, you have, if it's green, you're going to go long, okay? And then you're going to take the high or low, depending on where you are here. So green, long, low. It's how I think about it. It makes great sense to me. I can connect things that way. So that's how I go with it. This actually is a perfect place to stop because I can see this is the end of everything. And we can see, how things sort of cleaned up and got around. But we also have markers up top. So here, we're going to jump back, keep the same example. Green, long, I'm going to go with the low, which is my stop. So I have my entry here, and that is the open of the second candle. I can probably add some notes. But the entry is going to be the low of my first candle. Confusing myself. We have the entry as the open of the second candle, and then we have the stop as the low of the first candle. Boom. Easy enough, right? Once it's explained correctly, I guess. We have the risk is the difference between the two. So that gives us our 0.4, our 40 cents, which, it's give or take. Entries, there's some slippage, but our risk is defined here, and then we're going for a 10x profit multiple. So we have it right here as going to be $4. And then we have the closing price, our profit or loss, win or lose. It was good enough for me to do green for anything positive, red for anything negative. So it helped me keep track. And then I had my target prices here and my highest highest price and my lowest price here and here. And one of the other interesting notes is that on 814 there is a special exemption rule in this entire strategy, and that is if the first candle is a doji candle, that means the price closes at the same spot that it opens, then you do not trade. You do not make that trade. So I was fortunate enough in my testing to have that exception pop up and rear its ugly head, and I had to notate it there. But if we just keep playing with the video, like I said, we can see how things kind of cleaned up. I started to get totals down at the bottom. I did all of August, and showed all the results there. And if you jump over here, we have the total trades placed 23, which is a trading month. We have the return, which was $54.57. Kind of nice. Like I said, it was $54 on a $1,000 account. It's 5% return, so it's not awful. But our average return was 2.737, 2.373. So it's about $2.40, just round up there, per trade. And then our number of trades that were long short are not applicable as a percentage and as a number. So let's jump right back to the end of the video real quick and explain that out one more time. So we had 52% of our trades were long, 43% of our trades were short, and then we had the one trade, which was 4%, as not applicable. We had that doji candle. So 12 total trades were long, 10 total trades were short, one was just not applicable. And that's the results of the strategy. All of this fun work that I did here, fun little testing. And yeah, guys, that's it.